Hi everyone. So in this tutorial, we'll be focusing on creation of slicers in Power BI. So slicers is a very important component in Power BI that helps in giving the flexibility of slicing or dicing the data in the dashboard. With slicers, you can filter various components of the data and you can see how the metrics are changing all across. So in this tutorial, we'll be seeing how to use slicers. For that, let's open Power BI file that we have. Okay. So over here, you will see this thing, the slicer. Okay. The moment you click over here, this placeholder for the slicer is created. Now, let's say you have a date slicer. Okay. So for example, you want to have a date slicer. So the moment you click on that field date, it has taken a slicer. Okay. Now this is a continuous slider which you can increase and decrease. Okay. So you can change the range of it. Rather than when you scroll it left, numbers are decreasing, and if you scroll this one towards the right, the starting date is increasing, right? So this is date. Now you can come here, you can select it, and you can select here slicer header. For example, you don't need a slicer header. So the date part which was coming initially, the date by default it is taking the column name. So by default which was coming initially will be moved now. Okay, but you want the slider title to be there. So for that you want a more informative slider title. So select the date range. Okay, you want the font color with this one, and you want alignment to be center, and you want to increase font. Okay, now you can change the background color of the slicer, but let's keep it like this, and then you can collapse it. So the background of this entire thing, it is currently showing as white, so you can change it to some other color. Okay, maybe something, no, this is more bright, maybe something like lighter shade of blue. Okay, and the transparency, you can change the transparency from 0 to 100. So with 0% transparency, it will give that color. Okay, for border, you can increase the size of the border. Okay, so this is the border that you are getting. Now you can see a border across the slicer. Okay, and the date inputs font color is currently showing as black, and change it to red. So if you select it now, let's say 15th, and if you increase the size of it, so that will give you better visibility that okay, the color has now changed. So this is about a date slider. Now you can create slider for other things as well, right? Like for categorical variables. Okay, you can create slicer as well. So let's see how slider looks like for categorical variable. So for that, let's select a categorical variable here. Okay, let's say country code. No, is also not a categorical. Let's quickly look into this data set. Okay,